Hariom. This online satsang was recorded on the 1st of December 2023. It was given to us by our Guruji, Swami Nispruh Spandan, in the Hindi language. Then it was translated into English. Therefore, it is possible that some of the items discussed may have been lost during the translation process. So if something doesn't make sense or raises questions, then please leave a comment in the comment section below and we'll try to answer it to the best of our ability. Our intention is not to create confusion, but to clarify things for those who are on their spiritual journey. You may notice some shortcomings in the video quality, as we have begun to make these videos with the equipment available to us. Our most important motivation is to share our Guruji's sacred teachings. That is why we are making these videos, despite not having the best possible equipment available to us. If you would have suggestions on how to improve the video quality of our videos, then please leave those in the comment section below as well. Without further ado, this was the Nispruhyog team. We hope you enjoyed the video. Hariom. Swamiji starts off the satsang by telling us about how people can be divided into two categories. He gives an example. Imagine there is a person, an entrepreneur, who has built a 5-star hotel. Now this entrepreneur is very proud of his accomplishment, and you can see it when he walks around. Now we get to the second kind of person, who is the customer in this example. The customer books a room from this hotel, and he's not filled with pride at all. He gets to enjoy all the things at the hotel, knowing full well that he is going to leave it in a couple of days. The hotel owner is also enjoying the hotel, but he does not realize that he has to leave it as well. So these are the two types of people. Those who realize that life on this planet is temporary, and those who think that they're never gonna die. Those who have realized that life is temporary live life with a certain humility. Most of us live with this kind of thinking. We think that we never have to leave this behind, or we don't think that this is temporary, and so we don't act accordingly. One person who had come to Swamiji for an astrological reading had asked him that how could he save money. Swamiji asked him that why would you want to save money? You have a good job, you have a house, you have health insurance. The person couldn't answer to this question. He just had the notion that he should be saving money, because people want to leave money for their children. In this way, people don't believe in God, or they don't accept that God is there taking care of them. So they think that after I die, then I will have left money for my offspring to take care of them. Now there's no need to be worried, because God takes care of all. Everyone will eat. So because of this kind of thinking that we all have, we think that we need to keep possessions to ourselves. In case something happens, there will be money to take care of that. So we are afraid of the unknown. We expect that we are gonna live for 100 years or so we should have money saved up for the duration of that stay. None of us know what is going to happen, to whom, how, etc. We don't know, and we can't stand the fear, and that's why we save up money, so that we have some kind of insurance to the mind that if something were to happen, then there would be something to fall back onto. But there's no need to be afraid. Every one of us gets to have at least 2 meals a day and at least 1 set of clothes. Even a homeless person with schizophrenia will have these basic amenities taken care of for him. So why do you want to worry so much about these material possessions? Be it a house, a car, or a piece of land. Everybody talks of these material things, what they wish they would have, what they want, what they think they need. However, that is not satsang. The definition of satsang is speaking of the truth. Sat meaning truth, and sang, meaning conversation or dialogue. You should always be talking about the truth and not just discuss about these material possessions. This is what people typically do, that they ask God for things that they will leave behind eventually, or they will go to some holy persons and ask for blessings in order to gain something materially. Even now you can see how many spiritual seekers are interested in manifestation, to manifest some type of material reality for them. But is this the point of spirituality? Is this the point of going to a guru? To get something that you will eventually leave behind, that will not actually progress you any way, shape or form on the spiritual path? No, rather the guru will bless you with something that you will take on with you after you have passed on from this cycle of birth. People may ask for such thing as a house, money, life partner, kids, etc. from a person who has left the attachment to material world behind. So we shouldn't be asking God or Guru for things that we will eventually leave here on this planet, but we should rather ask for those things that will stick with us eternally, be blessed with eternal blessings. So these are the things that the Guru will bless us with, the eternal things that we will take with us after we leave this body. Next up, Swamiji tells us about yoga and why people nowadays are generally doing yoga. People often tell about yoga, how great it is for fitness, for peace of mind, for diabetes, arthritis, many health things, and things considering states of mind, like being calm, for example. But this isn't the real purpose of yoga. The yoga given to us by Patanjali in the Yoga Sutras has the ultimate goal of samadhi. So yoga is not for being healthy or curing some ailments. However, health and curing of ailments is a side effect of yoga. So people don't understand this concept of samadhi. And that's why yoga is always advertised as some health thing, something to keep your body in good physical health, and that yoga can cure all sorts of ailments. But this is not the purpose of yoga. Often people who go to yoga seeking this kind of cure from ailments, maybe they have some acidity problem with their body, so they do yoga, they do some diet plan, do some exercise, and that physical ailment starts leaving the body. And once they reached that healthier state, that health goal, then the practice of yoga stops and they go back to the previous ways of life, which originally caused the illness to begin with. So because the yoga has not been established in society as a means of achieving the highest goal, it exists in the society as ways of achieving material goals such as health, fitness, and beauty. The way we should do yoga is the way that we go watch a movie or we go to a party. This enthusiasm that we bring into it needs to be present when we are practicing yoga or sadhana. It's not like we say that, oh, I don't feel like watching a movie, or I don't feel like going to a party. No, we make room for the movie and we make room for the party, but we don't make room for the sadhana, for the yoga. We see it as something unenjoyable. So now those who have been following Guru's instructions and practicing sadhana may look back and find it funny how we might have had same kinds of ideas in our minds, that we were doing yoga for something material, or etc. What has been talked about in this video. Next up, Swamiji tells about how people do good deeds with the thought that then they can do some questionable acts again. So the people want to behave in their own way. Whatever the way of life that they had been living, they wish to keep continuing on that path. And they do a little bit of good things in order to feel justified in that, as per the instructions of their mind, not questioning whether it is right or wrong. So let's say there is a person who has a problem and he goes to a saint and asks for a solution to that problem. Then the saint gives him some practice to do. For example, read the Shiva Puranas or do a certain practice or anything. And the immediate response of the person is that, how long? How long do I need to keep doing this practice? This is because they want it to end at some point, so that they could again start behaving according to their mind. It is a bit funny how people go about spirituality. Instead of recognizing the one true source, or the Paramatma, people go about spiritual practice to gain benefit for themselves. So a person wants something, and he might go to a deity to ask for that something and in a way make a deal with that deity. That if you fulfill my wish, then I will do this particular thing for you. But they don't really have the trust in that God that the wish will be fulfilled. So they go to another God to ask for that thing that they want and make a deal with that God. The people may tell how to please this God, so this person offers this thing to the God in a way to make a deal with the God for something that they want. But again, because the person is not patient and not satisfied with the experience, then again he goes to another deity and offers something and asks for the same things, and the cycle continues. And as they're coming back from this expedition, they meet someone on the train and start talking. He tells him that he was at this temple, and then the person he met on the train tells him, "Oh, have you heard about this other temple? That place is so powerful, way more powerful than the place that you were just now." And then the person goes to that temple to do some puja and to offer something to the gods. And now once the person comes home, he meets his neighbor who brings him prasad, which is an offering made to God, typically in the form of food. Now the person asks his neighbor that, "What is this prasad for?" And the neighbor tells him that they have a visitor, a saint, who has come from the Himalayas, and he is very powerful. You should meet him. He will definitely grant your wish. And now this person goes to see the saint and asks for the same thing that he has just asked from the deities from all these different temples. Now some time passes after this, and the wish is suddenly granted. And now the person is confused about who granted my wish. And he starts thinking, what kind of promises did I make to all those deities? And then he starts working on trying to fulfill those promises. But still they're not sure. Have I fulfilled everybody's wish now? Then something goes wrong, and then the person is even more concerned about having fulfilled everybody's wish. Oh, maybe I didn't fulfill my promise to the saint, and now this is why things are going wrong. Or did I forget somebody else? Or maybe I wasn't grateful enough. When my wish was fulfilled, I didn't thank this saint, and I didn't invite him over to my house. So now this person's mind has become completely chaotic and confused. And now depressive tendencies start arising in that person. Sadness starts arising in that person. Questioning about what he's doing with his life. Nothing is happening the way I want. And now this person is in a knot. Our Guruji tells us that if you believe in God, then that God is right here within us. There is no need to go anywhere for him. No need to go far away in a temple to try to reach him. Somebody had called Swamiji from a city which is known for a specific goddess, Kalima, and invited Swamiji to come there. That we have Kalima and Dakshineshwar and all these things related to gods and goddesses. So you should come and you will definitely feel the presence of God. And Swamiji responded that if I don't find God where I am, in my own heart, then I cannot find God anywhere else. And if I've already found Him within my heart, then I don't have to go anywhere in order to find Him. So we should stop wandering this way, searching outside for answers, for God, and find that God who is within us. Swamiji continues that if we want spiritual advice or guidance, then we should not go to people who have siddhis, these certain powers, which may seem supernatural to common people. Basically these kinds of miracle doers. Swamiji tells a true story from his childhood, when his father was known for being the Hariom Baba. So often people used to bring these Siddha Mahatmas, or saints who were able to do miracles, to Swamiji's home. There was one such person who was a devotee of Goddess Devi. So he used to come to Swamiji's home every Friday. So when this Pandit would come to Swamiji's home, he used to chant mantra for Devi for many hours, then be offered some food. And after that food, he used to take camphor out of his mouth, not every time, but sometimes, then give it to Swamiji or Swamiji's brother, and then he would tell the boys to light this camphor and perform an arti, a certain ritual for Devi. This went on for some time, and then Swamiji once asked him that, does your goddess only give camphor? Wouldn't she be able to give any money? And the Panditji answered that, yes, why not? Of course she can also give you money. So ask for it, pray for it. But why would you need this money? And Swamiji answered him that because he wants to watch this movie. So back in those days, a ticket to see a movie would cost around 1 rupee. It was not a movie theater, more like a video place where you could see this video movie. So then the Panditji said to the boys that you sit in front of me and ask this from the goddess. So Swamiji and his brother did that. They prayed for the money from Devi, and then this Pandit took out 2 1 rupee coins out from his mouth and wiped the coins clean and gave the money to Swamiji and his brother. The brothers were still not satisfied. They asked if they could get 2 more coins of 50 cents each, because they wanted to eat some movie snack during the movie. Then the boys prayed for it to Devi, and then this Panditji took out these 2 50 cents coins and gave them to the brothers. And Swamiji and his brother went out with that money to see this movie. So for a few months this Panditji didn't come to Swamiji's house. Maybe he was busy or something. But then once he came again, Swamiji had developed a doubt in his mind that could this Panditji really take out money from his mouth just like that? Or is he just keeping it there to kind of show that he can do a miracle? So then Swamiji said that I want to see more money. He didn't ask for it, just that he wanted to see. So Panditji said that, yes, that is also possible. I can give it to you. So then Swamiji prayed for this, and at first nothing happened. But soon enough, a piece of cloth appeared in this Pandit's mouth. And Swamiji thought that maybe it was blood coming out of this person's mouth. But it wasn't blood. So then the Panditji started pulling this piece of cloth, revealing a clump. And he took it out and showed a bag of money. Small cloth bag filled with coins. And he showed this bag to the boys and kept the bag for himself. So now the boys understood that this really is something. That it's not possible that this person could hide a big bag of money in his cheek to impress us. So later on, after Swamiji had changed towns, he met this Panditji again in his teenage years. And he asked this Panditji that, how did you come by this power? So the Pandit told him that when he was a young boy, he was not very interested in his studies. And he once saw a Mahatma who had this power, the same power of manifesting things. And he would take out things from his flower garland and used to give those things to his devotees. This Panditji was very, very persistent, asking this Mahatma how could he also do something like that. So the Mahatma was first reluctant to tell how to achieve such a siddhi, but then finally revealed the method, and he told him that you have to wake up early in the morning at 3 a.m. every morning, every day. Then you have to take a cold bath and then read Durga Saptashati, one scripture. And read this scripture under a mango tree, with some other specifications to follow. This Pandit started doing this and did it for a few years, during which he lost his father and had only his mother. So his financial situation wasn't very good. So one day so happened that he didn't have camphor for his daily ritual to do the arti. And he felt very sad and told Devi, now you see my situation. Now you arrange the camphor for yourself. And then the camphor appeared in this Panditji's mouth. And since that day, he was able to do these kinds of things. He was able to take many things out from his mouth, like a lemon, etc. Later on, this Panditji got tuberculosis and passed away. Guruji is telling us that what's the use of all these siddhis? Because eventually we still have to leave them when we leave this earth. There's no point in gathering these kinds of siddhis. There was one saint who was doing tapasya, penance, to achieve a siddhi of walking on water. And he did this tapasya for many, many years, 20 years. And then once he had achieved this siddhi, he met one Mahatma and was teasing him that you don't have this siddhi that I have of walking on water. And the Mahatma told this person who had this siddhi of walking on water to get a trip by boat cost 2 cents, and you have spent 20 years of your life in order to gain a skill of walking on water when you could just pay 2 cents to achieve the same result. So couldn't you have spent your time more wisely? Anyway, you will have to leave this power behind. So if you ever meet a person who has a certain power, you shouldn't be influenced or be impressed by the power that they have. You should be one with God and be influenced only by God and not by anybody else or not by anything else. So don't go after these kinds of people, because they also have this ego because of these miracles, these abilities that they can do. And these siddhis are growing those egos even more. The real saints are those who, when you meet them, you feel a difference in your life. You feel a bliss, happiness. It is called Sahaj Siddhi, which is the natural fragrance, to say, of those saints, which happens naturally when you are around them. You start feeling blissful. Swamiji told a story of his Guruji that when people used to meet him, they would tell him that when we are with you, we feel like we are in heaven. But when we leave you, then we feel like we are in hell. Like we go back to our own material way of living, get involved in these materialistic problems. So Swamiji's Guruji used to tell them that, okay, I will give you a bigger dose, so the bliss would last for a longer time. In the end, Swamiji told us that we need to be very alert by who we are following and whether we are getting influenced by somebody or something. The gist of this satsang: if you are searching for water to make a well, then you should drill at one place and not be switching spots. When you dig a hole into the ground and you dig for 10 feet, don't find water, then you switch spot. You dig for 2 meters and don't find water, then you switch spots and you dig another 2 meters and don't find water, and again you switch spots, and you do this 10 times, so now you have 10 holes with 2 meters depth each. Now this is not the way you find water. You stick to one spot and you dig for 100 feet and then see. We have to stabilize our faith into one place. Hold it in one place with patience. So when we are doing our practice with this faith, keeping it at one place, then we will find the fruits of our labor. So one should be satisfied with what one has, and not always just be looking to earn something more or to achieve something more. Be satisfied with what you have. Many times we do understand this, that we need to be satisfied and not ask for more. And we understand this for some time, but after 3 to 4 days we forget it. And again we are back at our materialistic wishes and materialistic wants. So that should not happen. We want this, that we are well received and honored. And we also have the fear of being dishonored and not being well received. But rather, we should be stable in our faith, and not be affected whether somebody respects us or not. Hari Om. Thank you for watching this video of our Guruji's online satsang. We enjoyed making it, and we hope that you also enjoyed watching. So please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to this channel if you would like to see more content like this in the future. If you would like to meet with our Guruji or to be initiated into Kriya Yoga, then please contact us through the contact detail given in the video description below. We're still beginners at making these videos, so if you would have any suggestions on how to improve the quality of these videos, then please leave those in the comment section below or send them through our email. We would love any and all feedback. Or if you have any questions, then also please leave those in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe this channel, share this video with your friends. We hope to see you in the next one. Jai Guru, Hari Om.